take a few seconds, please, and check your homework if you completed it. Once you've checked your homework, you're going to be working on the identifying parts of expressions and equations classwork. That should only take you 10 minutes total. So 15 minutes tops for both of those activities. 5 minutes to check your homework. Once you've checked your homework, this goes in your homework section of your binder. I will check it next class, so please make sure it goes in your binder for you to show me. And then you're going to ask Mr. V or your substitute for the identifying parts of equations and expressions classwork. If you get anything incorrect on this homework, please ask Mr. V before you start practicing so he can help clarify what didn't work on your homework. Take a few seconds to pause the video, and then we're going to move into our notes once you are done with both activities. Okay, please take out a separate sheet of paper and title your notes, Combining Like Terms Notes. Today is 11/6. To combine like terms, we need to know a couple of things. We need to know the definition of what a term is. So a term, or terms, are parts of an equation or an expression, either or, separated by addition or subtraction signs. The thing with subtraction signs is that we're always going to do keep, change, change. So really it's going to be separated by addition signs. Then we need to know what like terms are. Like terms are terms with the same variable and the same exponent. So for example, m cannot be a like term with m squared. These are not like. Okay, think about m as a cheeseburger and think about m squared as a double cheeseburger. Even though they look similar, one has twice as much as the first one because m squared means m times m, and m is just itself. Therefore, they're not the same amount or type of food. So really, m squared, not like terms. Anything that has an m can be a like term with itself as long as it does not have a different exponent with it. Okay, we're going to do example 1. We want to identify the terms and the like terms in the following expression. Please go ahead and write down those directions. We're identifying the terms and the like terms in the following expression. The expression that we're going to do this for is 2a plus 5b plus 4a minus 3b. The very first thing that we're going to do is check for subtraction signs. So in this first problem, that's addition. In this problem, that's addition. In this problem, that's subtraction. So we're going to take this and we're going to keep, change, change. I keep this the same. I change subtraction to addition. And I change 3b to negative 3b. Okay, now we're going to identify the terms. So again, the terms are parts of an equation separated by addition or subtraction sign. So the first term is 2a because it's separated from everything else by this addition sign, 2a. We're going to put a comma because we're listing things. The next term is 5b. The next term is 4a. And then the last term is negative 3b. It's super important to include the negative. My like terms are 2a and 4a because they have the same variable, and then 5b and negative 3b. Take a second to pause if you need to copy that down. Now let's move on to example 2. Example 2. We need to talk about combining like terms. So in order to combine like terms, we need to follow 2 steps. The first step is we're going to do keep, change, change to all subtraction first. Then we're going to add the coefficients of like terms. So example 2 says simplify the following expression. It's the same expression we just did. We know that the subtraction sign is here, so I keep this the same. I change subtraction to addition and change 3 to negative 3. And then we need to identify the like terms that we're going to add the coefficients of. So 2a and 4a are like terms. Please do not draw lines or arrows because when you get a lot of terms and an expression, you're going to have lines and arrows all over the all over the place, it's gonna look like a spider web. So we're gonna add 2a and 4a by adding their coefficients 2 plus 4, and that gets me 6a total. If you need to write 2a plus 4a off to the side and show that it is 6a, that is fine, but it's scratch work, so please do it off to the side. Then I'm going to underline a second set of like terms with 2 lines, 5b and negative 3b. I'm going to take 5, I'm going to add negative 3, they cancel, and I get 2b. So I'm going to add 2b because the positive sign is the same as the addition, and that 2 was positive. You just simplified the expression. There's nothing else I can do because I don't know what a is, and I don't know what b is, so I leave it as the expression. Take a second to pause the video if you need to. Example 3, simplify the following expression. So again, let's check for subtraction. No subtraction sign in that problem. There is a subtraction sign here, so I keep 4y the same. I change subtraction to addition. I change 6y to negative 6y. Now let's underline like terms. Negative 5x and 2x are like terms. So I'm going to take negative 5 and positive 2. I cancel them and I get negative 3x. Then we have 4y and negative 6y are also like terms. So I have negative 6, positive 4. I cancel and I get negative 2y. I'm going to use that negative sign as a minus sign because there is something in front of it. And then I put 2y here. This still means negative 2y because if I did not have the negative 3x in front of it, we would read this as negative 2y. Then this positive 7, this constant, does not have a like term, so I just bring it down. Right? I've simplified this expression. There's nothing more I can do, no more like terms. Pause the video if you need to. Now example 4. Example 4, oops, that is the same problem. Let's not do that one. So example 5 says simplify the following expression, and we'll actually make this example 4 since Ms. Lowry messed up on her slide. Example 4 says simplify the following expression. So we need to go through and change all of our subtractions. So here's a subtraction. I'm going to keep 8x the same, change subtraction to addition, and change the negative 2m to 2m. And then I have a subtraction here. I'm going to keep 3 the same, change subtraction to addition, and I'm going to change x to negative x, but I need to make sure I put my 1 for my coefficient. Now I'm going to identify like terms. 12 is a like term with 3 because they are both constants and they don't have a variable. So I add those together and I get 15. Then I have 8x and negative 1x. So I draw my pictures. I've got 8 and negative 1. They cancel and give me 7x. That's positive, so I put an addition sign in front of it. And then 2m isn't a like term with anything, so I bring down the 2m. That is your simplified expression. Right. Example 6, identify the following, simplify the following expression. So again, subtraction becomes addition. I keep the 11r the same and change 12 to negative 12m. Keep the 3r squared the same, subtraction becomes addition, change 12r to negative 12r. I'm going to underline like terms, so 11r and negative 12r. 3r squared is not a like term with those two because it has the r squared, so remember it's like a cheeseburger versus a double cheeseburger. I need to draw my pictures for 11 plus negative 12. Okay, I get 11 negatives that cancel with 11 positives, so I'm left with negative 1r, but I know that negative 1r is the same thing as negative r because 1 times r is just r, so I'm going to write negative r. Then I've got negative 12m and 13m. I again draw my 12 negatives and then my 13 positives, and 12 negatives and 12 positives cancel. I'm left with a positive 1m. but I know 1m is just equal to m because 1 times m is m. And then this 3r squared is not a like term, so I bring down 3r squared. That is your simplified expression. Okay, you're going to work on 3 different sets of classwork. Please be very careful. Ask Mr. V any questions. They have the keys so that you can check your answers. And please make sure that you are getting this skill down. It will be on your test, which will be next Thursday. Have a great day, guys.